G'day wherever you may be around the world, and thank you for joining us once again. I'm speaking with Keith Johnson on Truth to You. That's truth number 2 letter u.org. G'day, Keith.
G'day, Jono. How are you?
I'm very good, my friend. I'm very excited, actually, because it's just a couple of months. It's less than 2 months.
Yes, a couple months, and we're on our way to Israel. It's funny, I was talking to Karen, the administrator of this whole thing, and yesterday, Karen, she said, I can't help it. I'm excited. I'm all excited again because we were talking about the changes on the itinerary and all these wonderful things. So it's pretty exciting.
Because we're going to do some different things to what we did last year, March, last year. And I can't wait. This is great. So, but before we even talk about that, Keith, because I do want to just give people an idea of what we are doing, what we did do, what they can expect, because there's some space left, right? There, I mean,
here's what's interesting. The interesting thing is that we have until the 15th to cancel any rooms that we have, and then after that, it's based on an availability only basis. So, if someone was really praying about this, or was really interested in it, or wanted to really have a serious conversation, it's now or never from that standpoint, because what happens after the 15th, they tell us, okay, it's all based on ifs, and then, who wants to base a trip on an if, meaning if there's room at a hotel or if they're able to add someone. So really between now and the 15th, from the time you hear this, hopefully they will prayerfully consider it, give us a call, connect with us. And you mean the 15th of January, right? So they've only got January. Yeah. Okay, it's a matter of days, people. So if you're thinking about coming with us, you really need to give it serious consideration now. Before we talk about the tour and what they can expect, just give us an update, Keith. It's been a while since you've been on Truth to You. What are you doing? Oh, my goodness. There's so many things that have been going on. Since the last time we talked, we've been working on Now is the Time series, which is available right now every weekend, again, for people to screen for free. This weekend, the time they hear this radio show, we will already be preparing for episode 2. It's a 5-episode miniseries. It's really kind of cool. A lot of great response to that. And that's at bfainternational.com. And they just register as a free member, and they can watch Now is the Time. 5 episodes as a follow-up from Time Will Tell in the United States, in the land of New York City and beyond. So that'd be awesome. But there's also the thing that's so interesting, Jono, is just to see the variety of people. I was thinking just yesterday about how we did Torah pearls, or pearls from the Torah. And we went back and forth on what we call it. But what's really wonderful about people listening to that is that is something we can do every single year. Based on the schedule. I mean, people love the conversation that we had on that. So I keep, interacting with people from different parts who say, "Oh, we heard you on Torah Pearls, on Truth to You. We heard you on Torah Pearls," and it really is It was a phenomenal experience to do that for a year. And then, of course, from that, you and I decided to go to Israel, and we're about to do our second trip. And so I'm just thankful for just all the people that we've gotten a chance to interact with through this platform. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it. Just a reminder to the listeners, bfainternational.com. That's right, Keith, bfainternational.com, and you can go and watch. You can go and watch Time Will Tell. Always something free on this website, Keith.
It's now is enormous amount. Now is the time. It's the episode from New York City. Time Will Tell. Now is the time. I mean, but there's lots of stuff that'll be coming in the next few months. So it's hopefully people will, just get a chance to interact. Like I say, it's free as a free registered member. And then, of course, premium content is all the stuff that we have in there, like Open Door series and His Hallowed Name and Time Will Tell and Road to Reformation. Those things are there waiting for people to watch also. So 2 options. Hopefully they'll consider one of them and give them a chance to interact with us.
Now is the time. So that is the now, boy, I've seen a bit of it, Keith. I have to say, an enormous amount of very curious history that you bring to light in these programs. Well worth watching. Fascinating stuff. That's what's on bfainternational.com. Now, we are going back in March. We're going back to Israel. There is still some room. What can people who are thinking about coming, they're thinking about coming on tour with us, what can they expect?
Well, first of all, I want to say to people, it's really interesting. I think one of the things that I loved about last year is we had such diversity, people from different places, different parts of the world, different experiences, and they came together on that bus, and we really found common ground by being in the land. I mean, just being in the land of Israel and open up the Bible and seeing the places that we read about. We talk about that all the time. Well, last year we got a chance to go from the north to the south, the east to the west, and we're going to do that again, but we're going to add a couple things this year that I'm really jazzed about. One of them, which I had talked about in the Time Will Tell series, was getting a chance to put our fingers into the dirt from the Temple Mount. So we're going to actually do a Temple Mount dig project that they have And what
Let me just
is,
emphasize what you just said, Keith. You just said putting your fingers in the dirt of where? Of the Temple Mount.
absolutely. So in the Temple Mount, but they have a section where what happened is when they were digging, setting up for the the Al-Aqsa Mosque, they decided they wanted to expand. And when they expanded, they were digging in what they call Solomon's Stables. It's an area that they wanted more room for more men to come in to pray. And so what they did is they took truckloads of dirt and they dumped that truckloads over into the city dump. Well, archaeologists found out about that. Long and short, they went and got that dirt, put it in truckloads and brought them over to a place not far from the Mount of Olives, where we actually can go and help them bucket by bucket sift through the dirt. And what's really interesting is you get a chance to find things from 1,000, 2,000 years ago. Little highlighted things there that we really get to be archaeologists for half a day. So we're actually going to do that. And that's going to be phenomenal.
I got to say, Keith, Carney is so jealous. I told her that we were going to do this, and she's really, really jealous. Of course, she had the opportunity to go on an archaeological dig, about a year and a half ago, and she absolutely loves it, changed her life, and I'm absolutely stoked that we are going to have an opportunity to, as you say, get our fingers into the dirt, the dirt of the Temple Mount, and go through it and be an archaeologist for half a day. It's going to be great.
Archaeologist. It really was. For me, it was. It was a highlight for me to do that. So we called the tour company, and they said, we don't know anything about that. I said, well, here's the information. So, with our group last year, we went places that they had never been before, the bus driver or the tour guide.
Yeah, listen, Shiloh was one of those places, and Mount Har Hakim, I think, was the Mount of the Brothers, was another place where Shuki said, I've never been here before with a tour group. Tour groups never come here. Nevertheless, we went there and we had an incredibly blessed time. We had an
incredible time. And, it's interesting. This year we will have some changes for people that are coming a second time. They will experience things. And what's something amazing about Israel is I've been to places 3 or 4 or even 5 times. And each time I've been to one of those places, I learned something else. And so there are going to be some things we'll do. For example, going under the old city, down at the Western Wall, that's just a phenomenal experience and things like that. But we're going to add things like we're going to go to Bible Hill, which you and I went to, but we didn't get a chance to spend much time there. So the oldest, I said the silver scrolls were found there, where the name Yehovah is actually placed on the silver scrolls from the time of Jeremiah. So that's a pretty exciting thing. And then also we're going to be going to Israel Museum, which we didn't get a chance to go to last year. And we're going to go to the Holocaust Museum. We just put that in there also. That's a request from Jono. So we're going to make sure.
I really want to go there. There's Yad Vashem and the Israel Museum. Now, you can hear a little bit of what you can expect to see and experience at the Israel Museum at the moment, releasing some audio of a tour that I went on. I was so extremely privileged to be on a tour with Nehemiah Gordon. Can you imagine Nehemiah showing us around the Israel Museum? And I said to Keith, we must go back there. It is it's an incredible highlight, and I will never forget it. So you can find some of those interviews as we walked around in the Shrine of the Book and other such places in the Israel Museum. Oh, my goodness, Keith, it's one of the most exciting places.
What's interesting, too, Jono, is that we're going to, people always talk about the Western Wall. We're actually going to go to the Southern Wall, which not as many people go to, but it's actually a much more fascinating place than the Western Wall, believe it or not. So we're going to be there, and there are going to be places, as I mentioned, that we've gone before. There'll be things that we've done before, but there's going to be things added. And I think all these things together give people a chance to really experience a wide variety of Israel, because we start Tel Aviv, and then we're going to go out to the western side of the land over the ocean. Then we'll go to the north. We'll go to Mount Arbel and the Horns of Hattin, and then we'll be in the Galilee. Then we'll head ourselves down. We'll go through the Jordan Valley. We'll end up in Qumran and Masada, back into Jerusalem. We'll spend the Shabbat there. We have some free time that we give people, both on Shabbat and also the last day that we're there. And then there'll be an option for those who want to venture with me up to the Temple Mount. We'll also get a chance to do that. So there's going to be a wide variety of people, a wide variety of experiences. I think you're going to really enjoy it this time, Jono. And I hope people that are thinking about it would seriously consider getting in contact with us right away. Let us at least reserve a spot for you, and then we can go from there.
So the cutoff date, just a reminder to the listeners, because I know there are people that are thinking about coming. You have a week or so from the time that this discussion is published. You have a week or so to click on the picture of Keith and myself on the right-hand side of truth2u.org, truth2u.org. Click on that picture. It'll take you to the details where you can sign up and register for this amazing tour. I can't wait. I'm really, really excited.
And let me say this, Jonah. We I already have people that are coming that have taken advantage of the fact that we're giving people their own way to get there, meaning we're not chartering a plane. People are using frequent flyer miles. They're getting gifts from people. They're getting transferred miles from other people. And that allows for the price to be so much less than a lot of tours. A lot of folks end up spending well over $4,000, and what we're doing is we're making the tour available as a landowner.
Everybody I tell about this, Keith, they say, "Oh, that's cheap."
You know, it really is. And and let me say this: where we stayed at very nice hotels. We ate very good. We had a wonderful bus, wonderful tour guide, wonderful bus driver. It's a top-notch tour. It's gonna be something. I hope that people really consider. If not, we're definitely going. And I know you and I and. Hopefully you'll bring your microphone so we'll get a chance to
I'm going to be bringing the microphone. We're going to be recording, maybe not quite as much as I did last time, but we're going to be recording. I was somewhat ambitious in the first tour.
You're everywhere.
The whole
hopefully
tour.
The goal is to get you to take a break with the microphone. So folks will come and really enjoy it.
So it's going to be great, dear listeners. If you are thinking about coming, you need to be quick to click on that link. Photo of Keith and myself on the right-hand side of truth2u.org, truth2u.org. It'll take you to the details, sign up, and you'll be with us in Israel on the coach, traveling around to some of the most amazing places, and I can't wait. Oh, boy, I'm getting hungry just thinking about the Israeli breakfasts.
Yes, the breakfasts are wonderful. The dinner's great. Lunches are amazing lunches, so... It's going to be fun.
Really it's going to be fun. So it's going to be fun. So the tour kicks off on the 3rd of March. It goes all the way to the 12th of March, and we hope to see you there. So be quick, dear listeners, because there's only limited space and there's only limited time. And until we speak again, be blessed and be set apart by the truth of our Father's word. Shalom.